Hey, what's up everybody? This is Wade from Unparalleled Universe. I just wanted to let you know about the Kickstarter that I've launched for the first ever 1/12 scale Odious figure. Odious is a character that I've created and I'm trying to make a figure of him via Kickstarter, so be sure to check that out. Odious 1/12 scale action figure on Kickstarter. Thank you very much. Peace.
Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, Marvel's GamerVerse, Miles Morales for the upcoming Spider-Man 2 PlayStation 5 video game. And here we have one that is extremely similar to the previous release that came in the Armadillo Build-A-Figure wave, or the Spider-Man No Way Home first wave. And then, of course, there was the GameStop exclusive stealth or translucent. What did they refer to it as? I don't remember if it had a specific thing. But we have a very similar Miles Morales this time around. The difference is going to be the arms. There's nothing else really different with the figure. The reds are pretty much the same. Like, the package shows a very bright red, but as you can see on the figure, it is a very dark red. But that's the only difference, is the arms. The rest of it is going to be the same. So looking at the package, we get the GamerVerse style. There we get the look at the Miles Morales figure. Some artwork there on the side looks pretty good. You can see that the red is pretty dark on the suit, so I would say the figure is accurate, whereas, you know, everything that it shows in the 3D render is just really bright red. It's not really accurate. We see a breakdown of the accessories. We get 1, 2, 3, 4 total sets of hands. We get fists, open hands, thwip hands, and then we get the Venom Stinger hands, which are pretty cool. And these are actually kind of nice because instead of like the yellow ones, if you wanted to do it on the translucent figure, that would all blend in. It would actually look pretty cool. So we get these ones, you know, it's an update from the ones in the previous that were all yellow. And then we get basically a repaint of the Goose figure from the first Captain Marvel movie. So this here, Cap. And that is it for the package. And we are going to take a closer look at the figure right now. Okay, so here's a close-up look at the figure, and it looks pretty good. The red web lines are nice and clean. The paint apps, the white lenses, very clean. Spider logo in the back, very clean. It all looks pretty good. Just on the arms, you can see there's lots of red. The shoulders are the same. It's just the bicep, the elbow, and the forearm that are going to be completely new. And the only real difference there is, you know, it's an added red line there. But you can see the sculpt had to change so they can accommodate for that red stripe. So that is going to be the difference. Oh, and then I guess the back of the hands are painted red now as opposed to just like the fingers. But that's really it on the figures, especially since, you know, of course, the same exact mold, everything like that. Now, this previous version came with packed with a lot of stuff for $25, or some places was still 23 at the time. It had all the same accessories, but we had an unmasked head sculpt. We don't get that unmasked head sculpt this time around, and I'm fine with it because that unmasked head sculpt did not look like Miles Morales from the video game, like, at all. It was kind of baffling. I never understood it. I'm like, who is this even supposed to be? This looks nothing like Miles Morales from the video game. So we don't even get that this time around, and I'm okay with that. This figure is $25 when you get it from everywhere else. It comes with more, like, well, technically maybe not more accessories, although I'd have to count them. But the Peter Parker Spider-Man figure was, how much was it? $33, $35, $34.99 versus $24.99. It was $10 more. We get a cat this time around, and we get all sets of hands. Now, from what we've heard, and it still sucks, and I still don't like it, is the deco hits for Spider-Man hands, the web lines, adds an insane amount of cost to a Spider-Man figure. So the hands are crazy expensive, which is why you don't get 2 whip hands and 2 wall crawling hands on this figure. Miles Morales, we can get it because if you look at the wall crawling hands or the open hands, there are no web lines, so it's not as costly for these hands. I still don't like that idea. It still sucks. I mean, they should just bite the bullet and give us the extra damn hands and put the added cost in there, especially when we're paying $35 for this figure and $25 for this. Now, yes, this one is a repaint, but it does have brand new arms. This figure right here is a complete repaint. I'd have to double check the head. The head might be new, but the figure itself is a complete repaint. Yes, it is the super articulated version with the articulated toes and stuff like that, but it's still a repaint, right? Whereas this one, it actually gets some new to it. But, you know, that's all I'm going to rant and rave about on this figure. The Peter Parker one, I ranted quite a bit. So we're just going to leave it at that and just focus on this figure. The figure does look good. I'm extremely excited for the game. Now that we have more information come out since I've had that Peter Parker figure, the game is going to release in... when does it release? September, October now? I don't even remember. But I'm super excited and I can't wait. We've seen an official gameplay trailer, which just looks amazing. We know Kraven's going to be in it. We know Venom obviously is going to be in it. So really excited for the video game. Can't wait. And the figure is pretty cool. I'm glad I can add, you know, more GamerVerse figures because there's a bunch from the Spider-Man games. I have these ones here, and there's still a couple of other suits that have been made, so it's nice to add additional GamerVerse figures on there. But now let's go ahead and see how this one moves around. Okay, so Miles Morales' articulation, the head is on a dumbbell joint, so he can only look up that much. He can look down that much there, which is a pretty good amount. You get some good neck pivot going on in there, since it's on the dumbbell joint, and then a full swivel, of course. This figure still has that cut in the neck because that's just a separation of the sculpt, and I never really understood why they do that. It doesn't add a swivel or anything like that to the neck, so it's just kind of there. The arm you can get to go straight on out. You get a full rotation in there. There is a butterfly joint, but the butterfly joint is fairly limited. You can't get it to go back a crazy amount, but you can get him to come forward a little bit so you can get some fairly decent crossbody going on in there. Upper bicep swivel in there. Double jointed pinless elbow. Gives you that much bend at the elbow there, which is nice. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge. They all have the standard horizontal hinge, including the Venom Blast hands, as you can see there. We have the ab crunch on Miles, so he can crunch forward that much. He can go back that much. And the paint continues on in there, which is good. We got the waist swivel in there. No drop down hips on this guy, unlike the Peter Parker one that does have it. His legs go that far apart. He can kick forward that far. The leg goes back slightly. Upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinless knee, and these are extremely stiff. That much bend there. No calf swivel or anything like that. Foot hinges all the way down. You get some hinge up. Ankle pivot. Peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Oh, and another difference is the, as you can see, the bottom of the feet, the soles are painted red. Whereas we just got a red line before. We get a lot more red down there at the bottom. That's another update to the suit. Otherwise, the suit is going to be the exact same. So, stripe along the side of the arm, and then added red at the bottom of the feet. And that was the difference between the two suits. Now let's see how he looks right next to that new Peter Parker. Okay, so side-by-side comparison. I like the way that these two scale together. You can see there's a big size difference between the two. It's really nice. But it's when you have them next to each other, it's just, you see all the sculpted textured detail of Miles' suit. And we just don't get any of that on the Peter Parker one. And I'll just never understand why we wouldn't get a dedicated, unique sculpt just for the GamerVerse Spider-Man. The game was extremely popular. In fact, we got 2 other Spider-Man figures with unique sculpting. But why wouldn't we get the main suit? And then we got that the Spider-Man armor. The Spider Armor figure that was technically a GamerVerse design and sculpt, but not released as a GamerVerse figure. So we kind of got 3 GamerVerse figures, but for whatever reason, the Peter Parker main suit doesn't get its own dedicated, unique sculpt. And I don't understand why. This figure, yes, the articulation is amazing on this figure, of course, which is great to have a Spider-Man figure on this body, but... And then super biased because I love the game. I would have loved to have gotten a unique sculpting with textured details sculpted onto it. Like the spider is just painted. What if that was raised on there, right? This little cuts here, which I know are accurate to The suit in the game, it just looks weird when it's just pure paint, as opposed to something that if there was texture added to it would make sense. I had mentioned this blue line here around the shoulders. Like, why wouldn't they have just added the red paint there? Yes, it is technically accurate to the design. The execution of it in figure form is a little bit weird, because how else could you do it, right? You can't, there's no clean like line to break it up, so that's the best that they could do. So, you know, I get it, but if it had a unique sculpting, maybe that's something that would look a little bit better, or would make more sense when you have it and translate better into figure form, if that makes sense. It's just, you know, Miles got all the sculpt treatment. Peter should too, because if you have the two next to each other, then it just looks even better, even more amazing. But, you know, it is what it is. And then I don't care for the blue on this one. But Miles, you know, he looks perfect to what we can tell from the game. Now, the sculpted line work and stuff might be a little bit different when it comes to the game. I haven't taken a close look at that. So we shall see. It would be really cool if we get a symbiote version of Spider-Man, and maybe that one would get a unique sculpting. That would be pretty cool, because I can't imagine that we only get these two figures from the upcoming game. You know, if the other Spider-Man game, it took a while to get those other two. We did get them. But maybe we'll see more, you know, who knows what other crazy suits they may even have in there. Miles, unfortunately, didn't get any other suits, any other figures released other than the two for his game. And then, you know, there were some crazy suit designs in there that, you know, would have been pretty cool in action figure form, but we didn't get them. But, you know, we have the one, and that's the main thing, of course. Okay, and here's a full comparison with our 3 different Miles Morales figures in the GamerVerse line. They're essentially the same. I mean, you could use this one in place for the second, you know, game, you know, if you wanted to. The arms are going to be different, but it's going to be translucent, so, you know, you can't really tell. This one would normally have that light blue ish paint that would have been there, but, you know, that's what we have so far. It would be awesome to get any kind of villains for any of the Spider-Man games. I would love an entire wave completely dedicated to the game, but so far we haven't really gotten anything. But at least this Miles Morales figure is the standard retail price for a figure, whereas this Spider-Man wasn't. But I believe in this. This was from the first game. There, whoops. I believe this figure actually was regular price, same price as Miles. In some places, like I think in Canada, it was actually the same. These two were the same price. So I think it was just the US where the price was actually different. So it's kind of weird. But anyway, you guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of this GamerVerse Miles Morales figure? Did you pick it up? Are you planning to pick it up? I think it's a must-have and necessary for anybody that is a fan of the video game, that loves the video game. I think it's important to have these action figures. That is just my opinion on that, because I love the game so much. I'm not a big gamer, but the Spider-Man games I love, I play, I 100% complete them, and that is like unheard of for me, because I'm just not a gamer. But when it comes to these Spider-Man games, it's a must for me, and I just absolutely love them. Hot Toys just unveiled their 2 figures that they're revealed at the same time, which is pretty crazy. That Spider-Man figure has these crazy silver arms that come out of it and everything. I think it has like a Venom web accessory and stuff. So I hope we get more. I hope we get the black suit Spider-Man from the video game. Maybe it'll be its own release. We've heard of rumors of upcoming Spider-Man releases, or a full wave coming that's going to be dedicated to No Way Home, not the GamerVerse video game, but maybe it'll be a one-off. Who knows? Maybe we'll see something at San Diego Comic-Con. I hope we see something at San Diego Comic-Con. Fingers crossed. That is only less than 2 weeks away, so really, really exciting. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that join button to become a channel member and be a part of the MCU Collective and show support for the channel. I truly do appreciate it. And as always, thank you for watching.